The bold and the beautiful. The secret that will shatter Bill Spencer forever. A storm is brewing in the world of the bold and the beautiful, one that promises to break the heart of one of its most powerful men. Bill Spencer, the ruthless tycoon who has dominated boardrooms and broken hearts across Los Angeles, is about to face a truth more devastating than any corporate scandal or romantic betrayal. His son, Liam Spencer, is dying. A terminal brain tumor with no surgical solution has cast a shadow over Liam's world, and with each passing day, that secret tightens its grip on everyone who knows. But Bill doesn't know, not yet. And when he finds out, it will destroy him. The only question now is who will tell him. And how? Liam has already crossed paths with Bill recently at Il Giardino. It was a scene meant to repair, to reconnect, to remind both father and son that their bond was more than just blood. It was still alive, still worth saving. They shared pasta. They shared laughter. They shared forgiveness after their intense falling out. But they didn't share the truth. Liam kept quiet, hiding the ticking time bomb inside his head. Maybe he didn't want to ruin the moment. Maybe he wasn't ready. Maybe he thought he was protecting his father. But that silence will cost them both dearly. The walls around Liam's secret are starting to crack. Steffi Forrester, the first to know, has already pulled Hope Logan into the circle of truth. The weight of that knowledge is unbearable, and the grief it carries is too heavy to bear alone. Steffi then brought in Taylor Hayes, someone who understands the unbearable pain of losing a child. With each new person brought into the fold, the urgency grows. The secret becomes harder to contain. The truth pulses louder with every heartbeat. And Bill remains in the dark, unaware that his world is on the verge of collapse. It's only a matter of time before someone breaks. The pressure is mounting. Steffi is a strong candidate. She's known for her boldness, her refusal to sugarcoat reality, and her fierce commitment to doing what's right. And though her relationship with Bill has never been simple, she understands what it means to be a parent. She's watched the man raise Liam in his own flawed, intense way. And she may decide it's time for Bill to know before it's too late. But there's also Taylor, a mother who has lived through unspeakable loss, a psychiatrist who understands emotional trauma better than most. She may feel it's her responsibility to prepare Bill emotionally, to give him the tools to face what's coming. Taylor could sit Bill down and walk him through the signs, the symptoms, the timeline, without even saying the words directly. She could leave just enough breadcrumbs for Bill to piece together the truth. Or she might say it plainly, with her trademark empathy, "Your son is dying." Hope Logan is another wild card. Her emotional tether to Liam is still deep, still sacred. Watching the father of her daughter suffer in silence is tearing her apart. Hope may reach a point where she can't take it anymore. She might go straight to Bill, out of love, out of desperation, and tell him the truth he deserves to know. She might do it because she knows Liam needs his father more than ever, and that the remaining days, however few they are, should be filled with love, not regrets. But there's another possibility, perhaps the most painful and raw of them all. Liam himself, haunted by the decision to hide the truth, tortured by the idea of leaving this world without looking his father in the eyes and saying goodbye the right way. Liam might be the one to sit Bill down, perhaps at the same table at Il Giardino, and confess everything. He might tell his father that their last conversation wasn't entirely honest, that he left something out. And then, with shaking voice and blurred vision, he might speak the words no father ever wants to hear. "I have a brain tumor. It's terminal. There's nothing they can do." That moment would be shattering. Bill Spencer, the man who's built empires and destroyed enemies, would be powerless. No deal, no amount of money, no manipulation could save Liam. For once, Bill would face a challenge he couldn't bulldoze through. The love for his son would crush him under the weight of helplessness. We've seen Bill angry. We've seen him ruthless. But to see him broken? That would change everything. There's also a logistical angle to consider. The longer Liam waits, the more unstable the situation becomes. Every person who learns the truth is a potential leak. Secrets don't stay buried in this town, not for long. Bill finding out from someone he doesn't trust, or worse, overhearing it by accident, could ignite an emotional inferno. If that happens, if Bill learns through whispers instead of honesty, the fallout could be catastrophic. He could lash out at Steffi, Taylor, Hope, accusing them all of keeping his son's death sentence from him. The guilt, the rage, the grief, it would all come at once, and no one would escape unscathed. But if the truth comes from Liam himself, there's a chance for healing, even in tragedy. A chance for father and son to mend not just a rift, but a lifetime of wounds. Bill deserves that chance. He deserves to sit with Liam, to hold his hand, to tell him how proud he is, to say all the things he's never said, because time always seemed like a guarantee. But time is no longer guaranteed. Every moment matters now. Fans are bracing for the inevitable. We've watched Liam struggle with this diagnosis in silence, watched him pretend to be okay when he's breaking inside. We've seen the tearful glances, the forced smiles, the lingering touches with Hope and Steffi. We know what's coming. The only thing left to discover is who will be brave enough to say the words out loud to Bill Spencer, the man who thinks he's unbreakable. When that moment comes, it will redefine the show. The ripple effects will stretch across every storyline. Katie, Wyatt, Ridge, Brooke, none of them will be untouched by Liam's fate. But for Bill, it will be the deepest cut of all. Losing a child is a wound that never heals. And for a man like Bill, who has spent his life trying to control everything, the helplessness of watching his son die may finally strip away the armor he's worn for decades. So who will be the one to tell him? Steffi, with her courage? Taylor, with her compassion? Hope, with her heartbreak? Or Liam himself, with his final breath of honesty? No matter who it is, the moment Bill Spencer learns the truth will mark one of the most unforgettable moments in the bold and the beautiful history. A father's world will fall apart. And in that collapse, the true cost of silence, of secrecy, and of love will be laid bare for all to see. In the turbulent world of the bold and the beautiful, where power struggles, forbidden romances, and family betrayals define everyday existence, few storylines have captivated and disturbed viewers quite like the descent of Luna Nozawa. Once viewed as a bright, inquisitive young woman searching for connection, Luna is now teetering on the edge of something far more sinister, a dangerous obsession with John Finnegan, her alleged father, and a growing hatred towards Steffi Forrester. The one woman standing between her and the fantasy of a perfect family. What's unfolding now isn't just drama, it's a psychological unraveling, and it's threatening to swallow everyone involved. Luna's obsession with Finn is no longer just an emotional desire for paternal recognition. It has mutated into fixation, warped by rejection, jealousy, and an internal storm she's unable to tame. Her resentment of Steffi has become the engine behind her most dangerous thoughts. The signs are all there. Her erratic behavior, her inability to let go, and her emotional declarations that she's not herself when she commits violent acts. These are not the words of someone healing. These are the red flags of someone spiraling. Luna claims that what happened before wasn't really her, that something just came over her. But the pattern is repeating. The rage is returning. And this time, the target is clearer than ever. Steffi Forrester. Let's not forget what Luna is capable of. She's already killed Tom Starr and Paul Hollister under mysterious and disturbing circumstances, brushing their deaths off as disconnected accidents. But fans saw the truth. These were not coincidences. These were moments of madness, triggered by the same internal chaos now bubbling back to the surface. And in perhaps the most harrowing moment of her arc so far, Luna locked Steffi in a cage inside a condemned building and walked away, leaving her for dead. It was cold, calculated, and almost successful. That wasn't a moment of confusion, it was a warning shot. A sign of what she could do if pushed again. And now, she's being pushed harder than ever. Steffi, rightfully protective of her family, has tried to limit Luna's access to Finn. She's confronted her, laid down boundaries, and made it clear that she sees through Luna's claims of innocence. This only fuels Luna's rage. In her mind, Steffi isn't just an obstacle, she's the reason her fantasy remains out of reach. The more Steffi asserts herself, the more Luna sees her as the enemy. And in Luna's fractured logic, removing Steffi might just feel like the only solution. As Luna spirals, another key player is beginning to take notice, and that's where things get even more complicated. Sheila Carter, once considered the most dangerous woman in Los Angeles, may now be the only person who sees what Luna is becoming. Ironically, Sheila, long feared for her violent past and manipulative nature, is emerging as the more rational, even protective figure in this unfolding disaster. She's watching Luna with increasing concern, sensing the same darkness she once harbored now stirring inside her granddaughter. Sheila's bond with Luna is deep and emotional. For once, Sheila has someone she truly considers family, someone she genuinely wants to protect. She's promised to never abandon Luna, and that loyalty may now be tested in the most extreme way. Sheila knows Finn loves Steffi deeply. She knows Luna will never replace that. But she also knows that if Luna lashes out again, if she tries to harm Steffi or worse, the consequences will be irreversible. Sheila's caught in an impossible position: protect Steffi and betray Luna, or cover for Luna and risk everything. There's a chilling possibility hanging in the air. What if Luna makes another attempt on Steffi's life? The motives are there. The resentment is boiling. The delusions are growing. Luna could convince herself that Steffi is the root of all her problems, that eliminating her would not only give her Finn's attention, but also vindicate all the pain she's suffered. If that moment comes, and if Steffi survives again, which she will, because Steffi Forrester is nothing if not resilient, what will Sheila do? It's not hard to imagine Sheila stepping in. Maybe she finds Luna moments after an attack, blood on her hands and panic in her eyes. Maybe Sheila realizes what's happened and sees the flashing lights of the law closing in. What choice does she make? For Sheila, the answer may already be written. She won't turn Luna in. She won't let her granddaughter face prison or scandal. Sheila Carter, the woman who's cheated death, evaded capture, and manipulated her way out of countless traps, might finally make the one move no one would expect: sacrifice herself. Sheila could confess to the crime. She could take the fall, spinning a story that fits the narrative and shields Luna from exposure. She has the skills. She has the resolve. And most importantly, she has a reason. Family. For all her faults, Sheila believes in blood. And Luna is the only blood she has who hasn't completely abandoned her. In protecting Luna, Sheila may finally find a way to express the love and loyalty she never managed to give to anyone else. Her redemption arc, if it ever existed, may end not in peace, but in martyrdom. But what happens next? Finn will be torn apart. His wife attacked. His mother arrested again. His half-sister revealed to be emotionally unstable and potentially homicidal. The family unit he's been trying to build would fracture beyond recognition. Steffi would be in shock, unsure whether to believe Luna acted alone or whether Sheila had a hand in it. The trust between Steffi and Finn would be shaken. The entire Forrester and Spencer universe would be thrown into chaos. And Luna? She might get away with it. For now. But the guilt would eat her alive. The whispers. The rumors. The knowledge that her grandmother is in prison for a crime she committed. It could push her further into instability or force her to finally confront the darkness within her. Maybe she tries to run. Maybe she breaks. Or maybe, just maybe, she tries again because no one stopped her the first time. The writers of The Bold and the Beautiful are slowly building towards something massive. The threads are in place. Luna's unraveling. Sheila's maternal instincts are flaring. Steffi is walking unknowingly into the lion's den again. And Finn? He's caught between the two most volatile women in his life, one who raised him and one who claims to be his sister. The stage is set for disaster, and the only question is who will survive it intact. As this storyline barrels toward its climax, one thing is certain: nothing will ever be the same. Luna Nozawa is no longer a misunderstood girl trying to find her place. She is now a threat, a wild card, a potential villain in the making. And Sheila Carter, once the nightmare of the bold and the beautiful, may soon become its tragic heroine. Whether she ends up behind bars or buried as a martyr, her final move could change the lives of everyone at Forrester Creations forever. And for Steffi Forrester, whose strength has carried her through every betrayal and battle, the fight for her family has never been more urgent. Because while she may survive Luna's wrath, what it costs her and what it costs everyone around her may be a price far too high to bear.